The Old School Deli in Roseville is back. Closed for 3 months because of COVID-19. It opened in June, a mixed blessing for owner Steve Morse.
The last 2 weeks I've gone ahead and lost 2 people. One was through high school that I haven't seen him in a few years, but I know him. Another one was a customer / friend of mine.
The friend dropped by as the deli prepared to start serving again.
This was on a Friday. And I said, what do you got going for the weekend? He says, my daughter's flying in from Texas. 5 days later, I talked to him. I said, how you doing? He says, not good, man. He says, my daughter had COVID. I didn't know it. He says, I got it. I gave it to my wife. Talked to him on a Thursday. That following Monday, he was dead, 62. So that one hit home.
Morse got a payroll protection loan, so his employees were covered during the shutdown.
We are running a limited menu at the restaurant, as I think a lot of other places are too. Some of it is because we don't know what the clientele are going to be doing as far as dining in or even ordering, and our suppliers are having a hard time getting a lot of product.
A 40% occupancy limit now. Every other table marked off. Takeout orders are up. Enough business to keep going. But will the deli be allowed to keep going? What's the governor going to do?
You're preparing. It's funny, when I go to the supply store, everyone says, we're sitting out before they open in the morning. Well, what do you think she's going to do? The general consensus is not if, but when.
Youth will not protect you from carrying and spreading this virus to your friends and family and neighbors.
Where we're at right now, seeing the cases going back up since we have reopened, I'll be very curious to see what Governor Whitmer does today with her announcement.
A lot of people saw this video footage from Cass County, Diamond Lake.
We know she's gone ahead and closed the bars back down again. Is a good move, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, I think.
The law requires that anyone in an enclosed public space has to wear a mask, and that means every store you're going into. And we are reviewing that requirement and considering whether or not we need to take this a step further to strengthen compliance. Because
the word from Lansing, no restaurant shutdowns, not this week.
Mask up.
You're feeling like we're not under control, I guess.
With the reopening, people got lackadaisical, almost to the point where I think they were thinking that, hey, I made it this far. They said we can reopen. We're okay.
The constant sanitizing, hand washing, all second nature now. And the strict enforcement of the wear your mask rule. Wear it till you take a seat.
That's the problem. The enforcement is different from Old School Deli to the restaurant up the street. Now, you want to practice safe practices, everyone's got to be on board and be uniformed. And that's what needs to happen, is uniformity throughout the industry, if not within the state of Michigan, but across the country. With our mobility, we can be here in Macomb County and very easily be on the west side of the state in 2 hours, not knowing that we're positive. I've had customers that have been into the restaurant here that have been asymptomatic. That in turn caused me to have my staff all tested, and I just got the results back last night that everything's fine. My staff, they're working in a kitchen that's over 100 degrees back there, and they're wearing masks and face shields to protect you. All I ask, if you're going to come in, help protect us too. Give and take.
Do you think you've lost any customers because of the mask thing?
Yes, I know for sure. Absolutely. And if those people can't respect what is in place with us through the state, Governor Whitmer says, hey, face masks have to be worn going into these establishments. Shame on them for not listening to that.
The masks, COVID numbers rising again, and some other numbers on the balance sheet. As a small business owner, Steve Morse wonders when he can pay himself again.
Gas, electric, food costs, staff's getting paid, the guy that writes the checks, he's taking a little hit right now. But, all I can do is get better.
You can find more at onedetroitpbs.org or subscribe to our social media channels and sign up for our One Detroit newsletter.